anywhere. You have to sit down and ask questions.
Okay, so my name is Obeng Darko. Welcome. I'm here with Fred. All right.
Yes, Fred is what I use. Fred and Padu.
Yeah. So we're here to have a chat.
All right.
About almost everything. So
yes.
Fred, so go ahead and give us.
Once again, my name is Fred and Padu. I've been in Toronto for the past. This is my 22nd year. So after high school in Ghana, back in the late 90s to early 2000s, families or parents with money, their thought process was right after high school, they bring you abroad, get an education, and then find a job. That was their thought process. I don't think, from my point of view, I don't think my dad's thought was for us to stay in Canada after school, because anytime he talks to me, it's like, you guys, Ghana is not as bad as people make it seem. We stayed in Ghana, or stayed in Africa. My dad was a diplomat back in the early 90s. So we lived in Nigeria, not to backtrack, lived in Nigeria a bit for about 4 years. And not to change topic a bit.
No, go ahead.
It was in, it was in Nigeria that we realized, man, some people in Africa live extraordinary lives. Because coming from Ghana to Nigeria in the early 90s, from 1990 to 1993, about 4 years, we grew up in a household. My grandmother, we lived with our grandmother. My dad to live with his mother. She was a market woman. If Mr. Obeng, you remember Tema Station, TS, if you remember back in the days, she was the founder of TS. So yes, Tema Station Market. Yeah. So we grew up in a family. I won't say they were entrepreneurs. They used to say they were, traders.
Okay.
That's what they always used to say. Go and buy and sell. It's nice. You don't have to take any risk. You just go and bring the product, add your margins to it and sell.
Yeah.
So we had, I wouldn't say we struggled, but we had a fairly good life. But it was when we went to Nigeria that we realized, man, people live in opulence.
Okay.
There was this man, at one point, he was the richest man in Nigeria. He's called Moshood Kasimawu Olawolu Abiola. He was, if I know if you heard of him, Abiola, he ran for president in the mid-90s. Yes. So some of his children were my classmates.
Wow.
So I remember one time we went to the ambassador for Gambia's home. The family had went for vacation and my dad went with them. So they said we should just go spend about a weekend with them. So Mr. B, imagine young kids, 8, 9, 10, sitting at the dining table that sits about 20 people, and you have people standing around.
Serving you.
Like, I don't want to use the word serve because, like,
wow.
They'll ask you, do you want more? Do come and put food on your table, go and stand by the door, make sure you are comfortable. So that was the first impression of men. I guess people in Africa or Ghana, Nigeria lived well. So as I said, back in when we finished high school, as I said, his thought process was bring us abroad. So he always used to tell us.
So where did you go to high school? Nigeria?
If I tell you, you and I, you kick me off this platform.
Oh, no, tell me.
Oh, I went to Prempeh College. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's not a good school.
Yeah,
so I went to me.
No,
we thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I went to Prempeh College. So he always used to say, it's this same Ghana or Africa that we stayed, that we've been able to, and they were paying huge sums of money for international fees. And it wasn't just me alone. We are a family of, I have 7 siblings. Okay. And all 6 of us are in Canada. We all went to school here. One of my sister went to Columbia University in Manhattan. She graduated with a master's and said huge sums of money. Me, myself, went to university here. My other siblings all went to university here and stuff like that. So
you schooled in Canada or in the US? And which university?
No, my sister went to the US for her master's, but she did her undergrad in Canada, and I did my undergrad here. After undergrad, I said, forget it, I'm just going to get a job, make some money. Yeah, you'll come to that. So I did my undergrad in Canada, York University. And then after
you studied what?
I did straight chemistry. But once again, not to change topics, you know how people always feel failure is always the end of it. Mr. Obeng, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. People always feel failure. If you feel something, it's the worst thing that has happened to you. At the time, when I came to Canada in 2001, I went to University of Toronto, St. George campus, doing materials engineering.
Okay.
And this is one of the things I don't like sharing. Mr. Obeng, it was rough. New country, different language, man. I failed miserably. Mr. Obeng, miserably. Coming from Prempeh College, I did quite well in my SSC. Yeah. And if I had stayed in Ghana, I would have gone to medical school. Even my dad told me, "You want to stay in Ghana and go to medical school?" I was like, "No."
Okay, so you did what kind of combination? Was it biology?
I did biology, physics, and add math, and I think chemistry.
Okay, so you did all the four?
Yes. Okay. So I did chemistry, biology, physics, and add math.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
so
yes.
You could go
and there was
also
yes, I could go to engineering or medical school. So my dad told me if I wanted to go to medical school, I can. If I want to stay in Ghana and go to medical school, I was like, hell no. At the time, that was the no way. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, so I was like, no way. So we came with our dad. Yeah, we all came here 2001, and he went back to Ghana. He rented a place for us, and then started school. So I was doing materials engineering at University of Toronto. And Mr. Obeng, it was a disaster. Yeah,
what informed material engineering? Why material?
Actually, I wanted to do electrical engineering, but then it's quite competitive. I don't know if you follow world like University of Toronto, one of the premier schools in Canada, and also I think it's now number 29 in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, like global ranking. So it's very, very competitive, like supremely competitive. So they said, you know what, we'll give you materials engineering. And then after your first year, depending on your grade, you can always go to electrical engineering and then continue. There's no need for you. So by the first year, what they do is if you can't get into your program of choice, you can go into a specific program. And then if you do well in your first year, you can always change and do the program of your choice.
Okay.
So that was what it was. And Mr. Obeng, once again, I failed miserably. So when you fail, what it is you have to stay home for a year and then go back to...
What was the problem? Was it the mass?
No, it wasn't. I think more or less it was, I would say, the culture shock.
Okay.
Yes, I think it was more the culture shock than anything, because at times I'll go through my books and I read through, I'm like, why did I fail this program? And also one thing was the distance. I lived in a town called Brampton. Which is about going there every day is about 2 hours by bus. So you take the bus. I'm not on campus. I wasn't on campus. So imagine 2 hours one way, 2 hours.
That's 4 hours.
And then at times too, I stayed till 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So by the time you get home, I think studying was tough because the commuting was taking a lot of time. And then also campus too was quite expensive. Toronto is one of the most expensive places.
Campus accommodation.
Yes, accommodation was supremely expensive. So that was why I lived out of town. So it was rough.
Okay.
So when I failed, I found a job for a year. Okay. Bear in mind, my classmates in Ghana were now going to their 3rd year.
In the university?
In the university in Ghana. So I stayed home for a year. Okay, so I just went to a university that was close to where we lived. And I also thought, okay, which program would be the fastest program that I can get that has the best job prospect? So looking through biology, I don't know how many biology companies are out there. You have the pharmaceutical companies, but then with chemistry, you can work in a pharmaceutical company. But with straight chemistry, I thought you can work pretty much all across all the chemical companies.
Chemistry
and there are a lot of them.
Very tough course.
It's a tough program. Yes, it is. It is quite like raw chemistry. It is quite difficult, but I just felt it gave me the best prospect of getting into pretty much any field that I wanted in the chemistry field, like in industry. So I got into York University once again because I knew I would get in, because to get into U of T, pretty much you can get into any university around like Ontario, where we are. So I went to York University, did the 3-year program, Bachelor's of Science, and then you can do BSc, and then you can add another year of BSc honors. And then with the honors, you can go and do your master's, your PhD. So I did the BSc 3 years, and then I was like, you know what, I still have a year left, so let me just do the extra year and then get the honors. So that's what I did. Unfortunately, I graduated in 2008. Bear in mind, all my classmates I left in Ghana were now doctors, because it's been almost 8 years since I finished high school. You get what I say? So most of my classmates that I left in Ghana were either doctors, engineers who were working, or those who were doing even PhD. Most of them were almost done
with their PhD.
Their PhD. So when I graduated in 2008, if you remember, that was the height of the global recession.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was rough. You go online, there was absolutely nothing, like nothing. So once again, I was back in the factory doing menial jobs with the chemistry degree. I used to work at a recycling plant. They bring waste paper, we shred it and then bale it, and it goes to.
But that's a better waste.
Yes, so
that's a good waste.
That's a good waste. Not the. My wife worked at I think for about a couple of months, one summer, at the garbage.
Wow.
So I worked there for 2 years. So once again, 2009, still the economy hadn't recovered. So I was talking to my dad. I hadn't been in Ghana for about 9 years since I came to Canada. So I was talking to my dad. My dad is like, Kwame, Ghana kakre, Kwame, who watch it? But never say we see for now. At least the best na Ghana almost 9 years. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me pay a visit to Ghana. A friend of mine, actually, I wasn't going to come. What actually brought me was one of my friends was having a wedding. And he too was an international student. His dad worked for Shell. Very wealthy man. And all his sisters also came to Canada for university. So I was like, you know what, okay, he knew if he told me to just come, I won't come. So he's like, you know what, I'll make you the best man. So I had no choice but to come to Ghana with him. So I decided to come and spend. Once again, my friend asked me to be his best man. So I came to Ghana with him, and I decided to just come and spend at least for nine years out of the country. This is in 2009. Let me just spend about 8 weeks. 8 weeks, and just to familiarize myself with the country after such a long time. So I told my dad that instead of just coming to sit around the house, just probably much not doing anything, he should see if he can get me an internship with Ghana Atomic Energy Commission at Kwabena. So one of his friends was the financial controller at Kwabena. So he spoke to, at that time it was Dr. Akaku, Professor Akaku, who was the head of Kwabena, Ghana Atomic Energy. So he said, oh, sure. Why, instead of him saying, we won't pay you, okay, if my might just come, we'll have use for you. So when I got to Accra, I got there on Saturday, Monday morning. I went to Ghana Atomic Energy and then started working with them whilst we were still preparing for my friend's wedding. So I worked there for about up to December 24th. And then I decided to just take the rest of the about 2 weeks for me to go back to Canada off, and then I just enjoy myself. And then there was this friend of mine who had been in Canada since 1986. He hadn't been to Ghana before. So when we came, he also came and surprised us in Canada, in Ghana, which was also very nice. Actually, during that wedding, a lot of people who hadn't been to Ghana in a long time, a good chunk of them came, and it made a good impression on them that, oh, this is a place that we won't mind putting our resources, come and enjoy ourselves. So after the wedding, I came back to Toronto. The economy had started to pick up a bit. But then because I had this experience with Ghana Atomic Energy, when I put it on my resume, I started getting calls because I had the Canadian education, and then Ghana Atomic. When anybody hears atomic energy, no matter where it is, they know what you're about.
Okay.
So that's why, once again, people always discredit Africa. If you do the right things in Africa, when you come here, they will give you a shot.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the Ghana Atomic Energy now on my resume, I started getting phone calls. So I come for interview, and then my first job was working with this company that refined oil. So they take waste oil. Let's say if you go and change your car engine, the oil, instead of them throwing away, they collect it all over North America. And they have 2 recycling plants, one in around, there's this town called Breslau, and there's one in Chicago. So they move all these waste oils in tankers and bring it, then they refine it back into oil, lubricant, like heavy, they call it a heavy vacuum oil, medium vacuum oil, and then light vacuum oil. And it's this vacuum oil that they use to make lubricants, be it automatic transmission fluid, gear oils, hydraulic oils, engine oils, all the grades of engine oils. And then the waste is asphalt, bitumen. And then some of the byproduct is also kerosene. And then they sell it back to the market. So I worked there. That was my first job as a lab technician. So we used to run all types of equipment, Carl Fisher for titration, pH meter, X-ray meters, ICAP, call it inductive coupled atomic spectroscopy, and then FTIR, Fourier transfer inductive infrared spectroscopy. So all types of instruments. So I started with them late 2010, early 2011. Within the first 8 months, I knew what I was doing. So usually you start from the wet chemistry, very simple. You do the pH, you do they call it biological oxygen demand, BOD. Those simple tests, kinematic viscosity, check viscosity of instruments, particle count. Those are simple, and then from there, it takes people around 3, 4, 5 years to move into where you have the heavy equipment, where you do the metal analysis, and you use spectroscopy to do those metal analysis, and then gas chromatography to do those analysis. It takes people about 5, 6 years. Within 7 months, they had no choice but to move me to that's their department. Once again, I knew what I was doing. They had auditors who go around. If you forget to sign the documents, they put sticky notes if you don't do stuff. At one point, I was not getting it, and they couldn't believe it. The trick was, when I come in on Saturday, I go through the books where I forgot to sign.
That's right.
So they were like, man, how come Fred doesn't never make mistake? But once again, I always feel that as we people of color, you have to be an ambassador because there's always this perception that we don't know what you're doing. So everywhere I go, I make sure I show people I know what I'm doing. So that, and they're just the perception. It doesn't matter if you are white or black. It's just I don't like people coming to tell me, oh, Fred, you made a mistake or something. I just don't like that. So I always make sure I know what I was doing. So I worked there for about 2 years. And then I got another opportunity to join another company. They make a spray foam polyurethane. So spray foam, usually the foam that you are sitting on is foam. But then they use spray. They spray it onto you've heard of Yutong bus. It's running around Ghana, Yutong. Okay, when you sit in a Yutong bus, the VIP bus, if you look up top, your regular car, if you touch the top, the roof, it feels foamy. regular cars, they press it, they spray the foam and then they stamp it. And then they have a water cutter. It uses water to just high pressure to cut it out. And then they fit it on your car.
Yeah.
But with buses, because it's so big, they can't do that. So they spray. It's human beings who spray it. So
and it foams.
It foams and then it forms and then they shape it and then they put the cover.
Yeah.
Yes. So
it's the same technology they use in constructing some of these houses.
Construction, yeah, some of these homes, if you look in the house, the insulation is So we at the company that I work, they made that for those homes, and they also made it for transportation. So I joined them as once again a lab technician, helping them do their fire test, because some of these products you have to do fire testing so that you get a rating. And then the better your rating, the more expensive you can sell, because when there's a fire, they know your product can withstand. So I developed the testing procedure, in-house testing procedure for them, so that when they take it out to get it externally tested, they don't waste money. Before they will go and test, it fails. They go and test, it fails. So I was like, you know what, let's develop a system in-house, so that when we do it and we know we have a criteria, when it passes, we know when you take it outside, there's a higher chance that it will pass, and we were quite successful with them. So I worked there for, once again, another 2 years. But then the reason people say, well, how come you don't stay at the company for too long? I told you from the beginning that we came from a family of pretty much, the women were business entrepreneurs. My grandmother at the time, the reason why he took my parents, my dad and his brother to school was for them to go and learn, become smart, and come and join her running, because she started the Obroniwa business, no joke. It's just that, Ghana people, we don't keep record, we don't celebrate our heroes. So all these people just died and there's nobody kept record. She started the Obroniwa business, and then people joined her. And then it became big. So her thought process was to get her children to take over the business. But once again, if they got all this higher education, they're like, hey, let me just
forget it,
find a job. So I always had it in my mind that, let me get as much knowledge as I can, with the thought process that eventually I will go into business for myself. That was always my thought process.
So your name, it means that
yes. Yes, yeah, I'm Kwabena. I'm from both parents.
That's right. So that's in your blood.
Yes. So it was in my thought process to do business for myself. That was always been my thought process. So while I was at that company where we made foam, all these memory phones, Mr. Obeng, there's no magic to it. It's simple stuff. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so we know how to make it. So while I was there, I got a company. I can't mention the company's name because they are quite massive. Yeah. So they used to buy what we call color cards. Color cards is when you go and buy your paint, all the color spectrums that you have, color brown, red, green, all their colors in between. They used to go and buy it from their competitor, and then they go and give it to the manufacturer. They coat it with their paint, and then they come and sell. They come and put it in their shops. So the CEO at that time was like, why is this? Imagine Mercedes-Benz buying Kia. I don't know if I can say that, to put it in their engines, because it's that color card that moves the product. Because if the color card is not nice, nobody is buying the paint. He was very worried. It's like, how come a company of our size is buying all these color cards from our competitor, a smaller competitor? Why can't we develop it ourselves? They'd been working on it for about 3 years. So it wasn't going well. So I got the opportunity. I went there, spoke to them. They're like, you know what, Fred? Yeah, okay, we'll give you a shot. Come do it. Within 3 weeks, I solved the problem for them.
Wow.
Yeah. Because what happens was, research and development, you have to know how you can pull your ideas from all spheres, from mathematics, just simple common sense. And then you put it together, you stand back and look at what's going on here. And then if you do that, you collect enough data, you'll be able to solve a problem. So one time when I went there, they were trying to show me, this is what we've been doing. It's not working. I was like, this is what we've been doing for 3 years. If it will work, it will work already. So one time they went for a training in this US. As soon as they left, I did my own thing. When they came, I had solved the problem. And they got back here, I solved the problem. And I joined them in June. They had 0 sales. By the end of the year, we had $800,000 in sales within 6 months.
Wow.
The second year, we did 2.5 million. Just only me. I was the only person in the department. There was nobody in the world who could do it. So I was the only one generating that kind of money. They had about 30 people in Greensboro, and they couldn't. I was making more money. The product I was developing was making more money than them. And I worked there for the following year. We did 2.5. Then next year, I got another opportunity to become an assistant plant manager at a company. So when I was leaving, we were $10 million within 2 years in sales. So the CEO at the time called me. Imagine CEO of a Fortune 500 company calling a small chemist in Canada. Where are you going? We see you as a management potential. And they had actually started taking me for courses to get into management. But what my fear was, the CEO once again was white. The COO was white. All the VPs were white. The next in command white. The next in command white. The next in command white. I'm like, how long would it take me
to get there?
I'll be 95. I'll be dead.
Wow.
So when I was working there, my dad called me. He's like, Kwame. But once again, my dad and I, we speak P. He's very educated, highly educated, but he's always P. So, oh, Kwame, now dear your man Kufui. Now you're sure something you do Ghana ha. Now then here I'll be in there. And then I told, just to translate for some of our listeners who don't understand P. What my dad was like, what are you doing for these people that you can't bring it to Ghana and come and do for? What do you need? So I told him, we need this, we need that, we need that. It's like, Winkwa. And I'll tell them, Mama, try and come. Let's get a piece of land. Let's see if we can put up a small factory, and then we can start. This was the beginning of me deciding to come to Ghana, bring my know-how to set up my business. So and then I knew that technically, like my design of experiments, I was pretty much world class. They just become the company, Fortune 500 company. I was termed as world class chemist. There's nobody. Like if you when I left the company, the books my notebooks, they took it to the headquarters to go and study, because there was nobody who was doing it. It was so detailed that they knew. They used to call me, Fred, how do you do this? It was that detailed, and I keep very good records, because as a scientist, you yourself as an engineer, you should know that in case you're not around, somebody can look at your notes and duplicate
and take over,
for what you've done. So I kept quite good notes. So they took all the notes, including my computer, to the headquarters too. And that's what they've been using to date, making a lot of money from the black man's head, who's supposed not to know.
And they didn't tell you that you don't have brains?
No. Because nobody brought that nonsense, because they knew
amazing.
what I was
but
about.
You went to a good school, Pepe College, yes. And you're stable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. The culture is very strong. So you have both at the same time.
Yes.
Very solid.
Yes.
And I can see that your father was highly educated and highly
Yes.
And that is a strong balance.
Strong belief. Every day, every weekend, he calls me, Kwame, that better yeah. Because imagine being 9 children in abroad and paying international school fees. You know how many people in Canada can do that? No matter black, white, blue, yellow. Mm-hmm. And he generated all that money in Ghana. He always says he generated from how. He went and did his master's in India back in the early 80s. He did finance, MBA finance. Yeah. So he's like, I could share one. He said if he had come to America, I wouldn't have come back. Because if you had gone into Harton School of Business, but from there they take you to Wall Street, they could quiz back. No, they said that was the advantage. If you had gone to America, because he got scholarship, but then family issues, so he couldn't go. So India gave him free ride, and he went to India. Then he came to Ghana. So and he's done fantastic for himself. He's still there. He's still working. He's still strong. Strong mind. They'll carry out of the office in a casket. He's still working here. He's still doing well. So he always has strong belief in Ghana, and it always pains him when he says, now for your mark, they know what they're about. I'm about Ghana now. Anytime I tell him, it really pains him that anytime I tell him that. So once again, I knew I was technically good. I knew when it comes to research and development, I was pretty much world class. There's nobody in the world, and not to toot my horn, because of the experience that I've had. Mostly people stay in one side. If they go into lubricants, oil, they stay there. They don't come into coatings. They don't go into polyurethanes. I've been to all three, so I truly believe there is nobody.
Did you
in the
see
world.
any link with material engineering and what you do now?
Yes. But then what it is materials engineering is pretty much the same. But you know, chemistry, you have the theory. So the theory, you can sit down, you see how particles interact and stuff like that. So you can see things a little bit more than materials engineering, because the engineering is more the, once again, if I'm like, it's more process. How to, if the researcher comes up with the product, how
That's
we can
right.
make
And
it at
you
scale.
look at the process.
Yes. Am I lying? If once
No,
again,
no,
you're an
it's
engineer.
right.
Yes. So it's
Right.
more process, but with chemistry, you do the research, come up with the product, and you give it to the engineer for him to find out how he can make it at scale.
That's right.
You get it. And I got old.
My cousin is also he did chemistry.
Chemist.
Yes. He works with Boeing in Seattle.
Okay. Yes. In Seattle. Yeah.
Then basically doing the same thing. But I think you are dealing with the liquid.
I do liquid. Yes.
Yeah. He deals with the materials itself.
Yes.
So let's say if there is a color change in something that they're developing, they do the test.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because once again, don't forget, I started my career with as a lab technician. That was quality control. Okay. So I was well versed in quality control. You know how to use instruments. If there's any problem, you know which instruments to go to. And then from there, I switched to research and development. You get it to edit. So you know if there's any problem, you know which instrument to go to get solve the solution. And then from there, I went, because I knew I was technically good. My research was world class. I needed to get management under my belt with the intention that eventually I will go into business for myself. And this new job gave me the opportunity to go and learn, become assistant plant manager, learn under somebody, learn how to manage people, learn how to work with people with different egos, different backgrounds. And the company, what they do is they make resins for reinforced fiberglass. So Formula One cars, most people think Formula One cars are metal. It's only the engine block that's metal. Most of the parts are made from carbon fiber or fiberglass. So we make the resin. This fiberglass is just like ntoma. How do you call cloth? It's woven glass. That's like cloth. And then you use resin to hold. It's the resin that gives it this tensile strength. So we made the resin for them. So I was the assistant plant manager, running all the operations Canada-wide, putting together, running their joint health and safety committee. And in addition to that, I was also doing my simple research and development. So we bought this instrument. I set it up for them, and to date, that's what they are using. Instead of going to the lab to go and think of it, you just put it in there, it gives you all the formula. You go in there, mix it, and you get the color. So I worked there for 3 years. Once again, honing how to work with people. And the workforce predominantly was the people of European descent were in the offices. And then
the Africans were in the field.
No, there were no Africans there. I was doing African there. Asians, Vietnam, Chinese were in the... And when I was leaving, they said, Fred, man, most of them almost cried. They can't believe. They were like, man, Fred. And they said I was a lucky guy because when I joined them, instead of being sales just went like, boom.
It went up.
Yeah, because I think, and I don't want it to be like I'm just talking about myself,
No, go ahead.
Yeah, my personality. I always tell people, make things easy for people,
Okay.
Don't be because we are adults. If you make things easy for people, trust me, whatever you tell them to do, they'll do it. Imagine people from Asia, black, and I'm a young man. These are men who are old enough to be my dad, telling them to go do stuff. Mr. Obeng Darko, it was fantastic. We all work well. And even if I have to go to the floor to make products with them, I'll go to the floor and make products with them. So my manager was like, Fred, why are you there? Did you know that I was also building myself? So when I come to Ghana, I'll be able to, because I won't be able to hire people off the bat. I have to do some of them myself. So I was building myself that when I come to Ghana, I'll be physically fit to handle the stresses that comes with running your company till you're able to hire people. I was there for 3 years. Sales, once again, was fantastic. There were people, morale was very high. I also got the opportunity to hire a Ghanaian girl, fresh out of college. I knew she wouldn't get a job because, once again, a black lady. I pushed hard for her to get a job, and to date, she's still there. I hired about 10 people from all backgrounds. And that's one thing I'm very proud of because of high turnovers. I went there just February. they were all still working there. They're like, oh,
Wow.
Fred, welcome back.
Amazing.
So I was there for, once again, 3 years. And then while during that time, we started working on our Ghana project. Already we bought the land, and we costed out either buying blocks, doing it the Ghanaian way, or either buying the prefab from China and then put it together. Because we figured that the price volatility of raw materials in Ghana, materials for building materials is quite high. So because today is 1 cedi, tomorrow is 1 Ghana 30 cedis. So we decided to go prefab. So we ordered our prefab from China. We'd never been to China. We went online, found some people. Once again, youthful exuberance. We sent them the money. After 3 months, this was in Ghana. One of my business partners, who is, once again, goes to your networking thing. You are your network. One of my, he's now pretty much a family.
Yeah.
When he goes to Ghana, he visits family and stuff like that. He went to Ghana for 1 year to put up the prefab. And then while my brother and I were working and supporting him with money to put up the prefab.
So he came to build the factory?
He came to live in Ghana, yes, for 1 year to put up the factory. Yes.
I saw the picture. Very nice factory.
Yes, I saw the picture. Yeah, and it's world-class factory. If people come then there, if when I come to Ghana, you are invited to come see it. You come in there, you'll be surprised, like wow. And Mr. Obeng, it wasn't crazy money. So all your people driving Land Cruiser, talk to them. One Land Cruiser can do about.
Don't listen.
And it was self-financed too. It's not like
you're using loan.
No. We was self-financed. You know, Mr. Obeng, people make it seem there's no money out there. It depends on your lifestyle. There's money out there. There's little money you get here and there. It can do a lot if you have a plan.
That's right. That you're following.
What you are doing with your money. Yeah, it can do a lot. So during that time, while we were building, I got another opportunity to join this company that makes chain lubricants.
Okay.
And engine oils, simple hydraulic oils, gear oils, fuel system cleaners, diesel extenders. I sent you my brochure and you've seen it. Fuel system cleaners and stuff like that. So I was like, this is not bad. Once again, I was seeking knowledge instead of money.
Okay.
You get, because if you get the knowledge, the money will come automatically. So I was, if you realize all my job experience, it was always seeking knowledge, not money.
Knowledge, yeah.
Yes, because that's this knowledge that you want.
Okay.
People seek money. If you get knowledge, you never go hungry. Because that's with all the experience that I have, if I decide not to just work, anytime I'm researching proof, because I can go to all these either coatings, polyurethanes, fiber reinforced plastics industry, and then oils, refinery and stuff like that. So I got the opportunity to join this company that makes a small company similar to what I'm doing in Ghana. So I was like, oh, if I join this company, learn how their processes, the software that they use, how they interact with, how they get clients, that will help me out when I come to Ghana to do my business.
Yeah.
So I worked there for about actually 8 months. I went to China to go and see some of our raw material suppliers, see the company that we bought the prefab from. When I came back, actually came to Ghana for 1 week, came to Canada for 1 week, went to China for 1 week, and then I came to Canada again to work for a couple of months. And then I came to Ghana because at the time the factory was built, all our equipment were set, the raw materials were there, the containers were there. So we came to Ghana to try the concept out. And Mr. Obeng, we did it for about a month and a half. If I tell you the number, in just a month and a half, I couldn't believe. Mr. Obeng, don't let anybody lie. And you're already there, you know.
That's right.
I couldn't believe the amount of, and just from 2 companies. And we didn't do any commercial. We just went to them, knocked on their door. This is who we are. We gave them a brochure. This is what we do. Give them a sample. And that was it. And
they'll be amazed that you're doing that here.
That's what they always told me.
That's right.
They're like, Mr. Ampadu, and you cry support. And don't forget, it's the same products that I was making in Canada. In Canada for American. It was mostly for American consumers.
Yeah.
The same product, no difference. With a little tweak for our climate and stuff, so that at least it lasts longer than what is out there. That was it. Mr. Obeng, they were buying it in drums.
Amazing.
In just a month and a half.
Amazing.
So that was 2019. I came back to Canada to come and finalize everything and then go back, and then Corona hit.
Oh.
Yes. And that's why, as you said, I'm still here. But during the Corona time, because of the experience that I had, I became a consultant. I worked with the Canada government. I single-handedly saved 30 people homes because the product that I was making, hand sanitizer, we're making it for the Canadian government. Within 6 months, $6 million worth of contract, we hired about 30 families at our plant, and then another 30 at another brewery. And I was the only one as a chemist, because it's product that's going to be used by people. I didn't want to offset it to another person to make it, just in case they didn't have anything to do. So I was the one making the product, and then they will take it there, they will go and package it, and then trucks will come, and it was distributed to all the schools
nationwide,
or specifically for schools, because of they know the talent that was making the product. So all the hand sanitizers that specifically went to public schools, were all manufactured once again by the black mind that people tend to think that we don't know what you are doing. Not only that, some of the products that I've developed is made here, developed from scratch. Gear oils, we take it to Korea, go and package it, bring it to Germany, and come and say it's German products. We make products for Tesla, Ford, all these big companies. Black man
Tesla,
behind.
you make what, gear oil?
We make gear oils, yes, for the electric motor.
Okay, so yes, they don't have any.
Yes, they don't have any. So it's the gear oil, and it's a specific technology that was once again powered by the black mind. And all this, once again, we have a lot of athletes. I always tell my wife, it's too much. We need people, and you are the one who convinced me that, Fred, come and tell your story, because I'm very quiet. Because my wife is always afraid. She's like, with the knowledge that they do, you are like cancer. It's unheard of for somebody. We have some of us out there, but once again, to know what you're doing and to also channel it to business.
That's right.
If you stay in and work, no problem. But for you to go on your own, she's always worried.
I am impressed.
Yes, she's always worried.
The depth of knowledge that you're sharing.
Yes. And once again, not to cut you off, it goes back to what you say. All these things that I'm talking was made possible because, once again, I was watching YouTube videos and I spoke to you, Dr. Yusuf Ben Yekanan. Thread came to my YouTube, what do you call it, feed? And Mr. Obeng, that man, I never got the opportunity to meet him, but he single-handedly changed my perception of Africa and African people. I have about 8 of his books here that it's like my Bible. Because what he says about Africa and what he's achieved, I don't drink, I don't smoke, never drank, never smoked, never done drugs, but I'm always high because of the knowledge. And because you have substance, who as a the stock
the
that
knowledge.
you come from, the knowledge and what your people have achieved. And then I said, all from Kaka. But until we you don't know, you've read only one book.
That's right.
Well, just one book, you are disturbing us that you know the world. You know the amount of books we've read.
That's right.
I am fine, Mr. Obeng. That's just, and that was what gave me hope in Africa, that if you're African, and the richest Africans, the richest Black people are all in Africa.
Exactly.
Please mention one in America or the West. You're a Black person.
That's
so
right.
The richest Black man in Africa, Dangote.
That's right.
And they look at they are richer than Black
That's
people
right.
in not just America, Brazil.
As a matter of fact, there is no better place for Africans to be wealthy, super wealthy, than on the continent. And all countries have become wealthy because of the continent.
Because of here. And once again, I'm listening, Mr. Obeng.
But you see, they sold the light to us. We bought the money of our people, have bought them out of what they will eat and where they will sleep.
Yes.
So we sacrifice the great future we have.
Yes.
For what we eat today.
Yes.
So we have great minds.
Yes.
Who have bought a lie.
Yes.
That we are nothing.
Yes.
And that somebody knows everything.
And I think the thing too is, I'm just talking from a Ghana perspective. A lot of people don't move around a lot, so they don't really know what's going on. About when I was in Ghana doing business, we traveled extensively around Southern Ghana. That was what scared me. If you go to Western region, big industries, all foreign owned, massive industries, all foreign owned. We went to almost all the hotels from Atwabo, all the way to Ho. We counted only 3 hotels owned by Ghanaians.
The rest are foreigners.
I didn't know there were so many Europeans owning big tracts of land.
But they said that Africa is poor, so.
That is it. I met one business owner. They said they've been living in Ghana at the time for 15 years, so they are now 18 years. They work in Ghana, and then around June, they take a trip to other African countries. So I asked them, do you go to Europe? No, this Ghana here, that we made the money. Couple.
But the sad thing is that they will not even tell the Africans who live outside.
No. Because
they don't even tell their people.
The funny thing is when they met me, as soon as they're like, oh, yeah, you're not from here. I asked them why. They're like, yeah, because most of your people here, they all want to go abroad. But then I'm a hypocrite because people say, oh, when you're broke, I was watching our work and Ghana. But I always have this belief, and I also believe if you have the will to succeed. I have family, especially from my dad's side, who I was saying the women are business owners, let's say traders, and they are quite comfortable. My aunt has been trading for the past 60 years. She inherited it from my grandmother, and she's very successful, doing well. So I always feel, yes, once again, if you have it in you to succeed, once with the support, you'll be okay.
All right. How did you find our materials? How did you come across us?
Okay. Once again, I came across you doing the Attitude show.
Oh,
yeah, with Net2.
So,
so some of the things you were saying were, in my opinion, were nouveau. I was like, people really don't say those things. Like, tell people, we as a race, we have our problems, but who are the cause of these problems? Most people tend not to, I don't know, out of fear or out of neglect or ignorance or negligence. But for the first time, we're saying, no, I know we have corruption, but who are the people enabling this corruption? There's in law, there's what they call aiding and abetting. So if Mr. Obey me brought 10 now, you are as guilty as me. Yeah, you and I are conform. So for the first time, I was like, man, this is truly, and the boldness with which you were saying it, and also saying that, Ghana, echoing what my dad used to say, that if you know what you are doing, you can do well in Ghana. So I was like, what, let me go and check your YouTube channel and see what you are about. So when I heard, I was like, man, this is a conscious brother. It's not just about the money alone. It's about we as a race and where we are going. So that's where I got to.
All right. I actually think that until an African becomes conscious, very difficult for that African to live a very happy and fulfilled life.
Yes.
The culture, we all have it. We have a lot of people where they can take, take the name, but will sell us out. And will bow to the white man and use all the negatives on us.
Yes.
Because the consciousness is not there. They just sought to erase that consciousness.
Yes.
Part of that consciousness is identity. Is pride, is freedom.
Yes.
So I happen to have had the opportunity to listen to some of these things, and it comes from the bright understanding of African history.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that one has been denied to a lot of our people.
Yes.
And one of the reasons that we find it so comfortable to live here is because of that consciousness.
Yes.
It's not the engineering, it's not even the finance. It's this.
Yes.
Because the moment you accept who you are and you understand the complications and you really understand the white agenda, that makes a lot of things meaningful.
Yes.
So that was
so. Yes. So as I said, that's where I got to know who you are. And once again, I was listening to your videos and I was like, no, let me reach out to you There are some of the big YouTubers that have reached out to you, send them messages, maybe a year and a half, no response. So when I sent it out to you, I didn't know. I was like, maybe you never know me. So I was surprised. Within what, a couple of hours, you responded. I was like, man, that's nuts. So we started communicating during that time. And even when you don't hear from me, you send me a quick message. Hey, Fred, how are you? I hope everything is okay, and stuff like that. So as I said, that's where I got to know you. And you are once again a conscious man and a businessman that I feel once again goes to your network issue that with me, setting up a business in Ghana, you need people who have done it, who've gone through the fire, who've gone through the, what is it, engineer, what is it, high pressure and high temperature and pressure, right?
That's right.
High temperature and pressure. So give you the guidance to see what you are going to do, succeed. Yeah. And Mr. Obeng, I truly believe that if because of my network, the number of people highly educated, I mean highly, some of the places that some of my colleagues are, yeah, I just can't mention their name. They're top organizations doing fantastic things that I feel if I'm able to make it a success, we can get some of them to also look back home, yeah, and bring the expertise. And then
what is their psyche? If these are Ghanaians, if these are Africans, what is their psyche?
Some of them, they really respect my opinion. So I feel if they come and see, a lot of people are visual, Yeah. If you tell them, so Mr. Obeng Ghana, why yes, animal and the people is like, Then you come and sit in the West and realize your one house that you haven't finished paying, your one car that you are still paying. Then you start to then you'll be forced to start to become conscious. So they say, yeah. And then don't forget, it's not just Mr. Obeng, but the so-called Europeans and Asians who are here. We know some of them who are doing extremely well. Some of them have more money than in Ghana than they had.
Most of them came here poor.
Most of them poor. So you'll be like, So I think people are visual. When people see it, people hear it. Statistics show that maybe 95-96% of them will never come back. But we can get, it's statistics because it's expensive.
Why is it expensive?
You know what I'm saying? One, because most people are tied to things that don't matter. They have their homes, their cars. It's difficult for people to live that. They have their children.
So why do they then complain and talk?
Yes, and that's the thing. That's the thing.
That things will change.
That's the thing.
When they don't work to make it change.
I always tell people on our platform, anytime they say something negative, I tell them, if you have any problem, come and let's go and fix it. If you are not fixed, keep quiet. I'm not saying, but at the end of the day, we are past complaining.
Yeah.
We've been complaining for 400 years. When are we going? It's just like footballers kneeling. People always get on me. I'm like, stop kneeling. When have you seen kneeling solving any problem? Kneeling don't do anything. Matching don't solve any problem. Action.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're not going to put in the effort, don't complain.
Yeah. And it's almost as if they should be somewhere. Some people should be here.
Yes.
Turn around.
You get what I'm saying?
Like magic.
Yes. So if you think you have the solution, Mr. Obeng,
just come to the field.
Come and let's work.
But they'll say that they bring their money.
I always tell people the money there is here. Yeah. The largest if you know the funny thing, I was reading the largest gold producers in the world. Ghana is number 6. Mali is number 13. Mali that they are destroying like that is number 13 in the world.
That's why they are there anyway. The French will not go where they don't have anything.
Liberia, iron ore, Guinea.
But I thought Ghana was number 1.
No. Ghana is number 1 in Africa, but now they've been dethroned.
Okay.
Russia, China, US, I think Canada. Then Ghana is number 5. That's global.
Okay.
Yes. But Africa, Ghana is number 1. But apparently
South Africa or something.
No, number 2. They've been dethroned.
Which companies are even mining?
They are taking everything. Newmont, American company. Yeah. So that's the thing. So you sit here and complain. So I always tell people we've complained enough. At some point in time, let's get to work. And some of us, we put our mouth, our money, our intellect in Ghana.
Yeah.
And when I come to Ghana, I always tell people, you guys complain. I don't see, we know we have issues, but my God, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend, my business partner had came to Canada since 1986. He went and stayed in Ghana for 1 year. When he was coming, he was crying. And I'm not like literally. Yeah, he said he went to say goodbye to some people and then tears started coming. He said he couldn't believe it. He said, Fred, like tears started running from my face. He said he just didn't know where it was coming from.
The fact is that if you're here and you know what you're doing, there's nothing like it. There's nothing, and nothing comes close to it. Wherever that you live, and apart from the nice car that they give you loan to buy, or the house, and that those neighborhood that you live that they don't even respect you. You say that we come here, there's gutter, there's mosquito. Listen, in the midst of the mosquitoes, you still have this. You look up to every day fulfilled.
Yes.
I mean, that one I can tell you. When I live somewhere, I never look up to any day.
And you're full. Yes.
Every day was painful because then you're not clear of what you're doing. Yes. But here, even just the sun. Well, you complain about government, politicians, and all those people you work with who screw you. Those are normal.
Yes.
But the bulk of it is that you see that.
And Mr. Obeng, I think people complain and they don't have experience. I've had the opportunity to sit in with people who run $400-500 million companies, billion-dollar companies. Just this hand sanitizer situation. I don't want to incriminate myself. I always say corruption, but they help people.
You see? Yeah.
But most people are not in that world, so they don't know what goes on.
They won't know.
They help people.
So they only say that their own still.
Yes.
But others are angels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the only thing is how people too can help some of the entrepreneurs. I think that's where you don't need to, let's say if you're building, they can easily say, Mr. Obeng, just take this tract of land and build for the government, affordable homes. What's wrong with that?
That's right. Nothing.
There's nothing wrong. People do it all the time. It's done in America. Tesla making noise. He got a loan during the bailout time for $450 million. Mr. Obeng, if somebody gives you $450 million, will you fail? Would you fail?
Say that the Africans, the game, the whole legal infrastructure, the whole financial architecture itself is corrupt.
Yes.
It works in their favor.
Yes.
We are stealing one city, and they say that it depends on the information that
you get what I'm saying. So
and a lot of people are not reading.
Don't know. Yes.
They are not studying, and that is the bottom line. And many of our educated professionals, Africans, especially like yourself, who schooled don't seem to have grip of the situation.
Yes.
Majority, hardly have I ever talked to any African highly educated professional living outside who really understands our problem.
Yes.
I dare say they don't. They can only say, there are meritocracy kind of principles.
Yes, meritocracy.
If you work well, you succeed.
Yes.
If you put in the effort, listen, if you put in the effort in the wrong system,
you won't succeed.
You won't succeed. If the system is built, if the infrastructure is there and you put in the effort, it will work faster for you. So when Ghana, when Nigeria, when Africa is been, technically designed to go through these frictions.
Yes.
And you don't say somewhere to say that, it's because of leadership. No. It's not leadership. I don't think Joe Biden is wiser than Akufo-Addo, or is better in character.
One time I asked a friend that, do you think these leaders really want their people to suffer like this? They're like, yes. I'm like, no. It's human. For human beings, we are not animals. It's not rational.
It's not.
That they walk around and they see like things are not working well. People are dying in hospital. People are on the floor. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I always say there has to be something behind it. Okay. And until our people know what is behind it.
That's right.
And stand up to the bully, Mr. Obeng.
A lot of things are not going to change.
It won't stop. Because I always tell people, if that's the case, if once again goes to matching, if matching solves the world's problem, Russia and America have the finest matches in China. But nobody is matching. People are building themselves.
That's right.
I don't know if you've heard of hypersonic autopilot. I don't want to say the English word so that they track. You've heard of hypersonic autopilot.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it before?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay. In military, hypersonic. They have now hypersonic. They have regular autopilot.
Those are precision bombs.
Yes, precision. They have some of them. The speed of it goes about Mach 2. Mach 2 is about 2 times the speed of sound. Now, what the Chinese and Russia for, they've come up with hypersonic, goes about 5 times, 6 times the speed of sound.
So that's trouble for the other people.
Yes, speed of sound is 380 meters per second. So if it goes 6 times the speed of sound, how much is that? It's almost 2,000 meters per second. That's 2 kilometers per second. If he fires from Russia at 6,000 kilometers to Ghana, it takes them 30 minutes.
To kill us.
So how can you prepare? How can you defend yourself?
To kill us, eh?
And people are there making noise, singing song, playing football, disturbing us with unnecessary things. So you know what is good? I came up. I went to meet these professors at the University of Waterloo. Is that I don't know if you've heard of University of Waterloo. Yeah. Okay, that's where smartphones. The so-called founders of smartphones, BlackBerry, John Lazaridis and his partner, they went to University of Waterloo.
Okay,
it's I think one of the preeminent universities for technology in the world. Caltech, MIT, what do you call it, Berkeley, and then Waterloo. I went to meet one of their professors there, and Mr. Obeng, what these 22, 21-year-olds are coming up with nanotechnology. I came home and sat in my car and I cried.
Why?
Because technology, these young cats are coming. It's like they are going to God level. Have you seen a 2-ton block suspended by magnets before? You go to their QNC, and this is university QNC department. That's what they do. Because for nanotechnology, the slightest sound distorts the results. Okay. So they have to suspend their instruments on magnets, so that if there's any vibration, at least don't forget it's suspended in the air with magnets, so you won't feel it. For them to get their reading, Canada. So it always bothers me that I don't know if people really know
where the world is going.
Where the world is going. Calico longevity. If you go, there's this company called Calico Longevity to increase human life. If you go and see their board of directors, then one Indian, one Chinese. I always ask myself, so always are people to also advocate for us?
People would have to build this.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And
they don't have to include us.
Yes, and that's why I've come with my own, to at least with the little knowledge that I have, as little as I have, I can at least bring it to Ghana.
Yeah.
Create some value for our people who work together, and also compete with the foreigners there, because people come and say, oh, who owns this? And then the caretaker says, oh, it's owned by a Ghanaian, and they're all shocked. It's embarrassing, you know.
Yeah.
So Mr. Obeng, that's all
okay, but there's capacity. There's exposure. Once people are exposed to something, and don't forget, some of those companies are built by people, even if it's Indian or Chinese or European.
Yes,
some of them have gone to school.
Yes.
Now, most of our people who went to school didn't go into business.
Yes, that's the thing.
A lot of our technical minds didn't go to business. The closest they got to business is becoming a consultant to a business.
Yes.
Building a business from the ground, you know.
Yes.
Most of our people didn't go there, and we still don't have a lot of our young ones trying to build product, build processes, you know, challenging the status quo, coming up with research.
Yes.
You know, things like that. It's not something that we've been so much, we are not focusing so much on. Majority of our people, even those who come close, are working for multinationals.
Yes.
But taking an idea to say that I've completed school, I want to challenge myself with this.
Yes.
And turn the product into a business.
Like a business. Yeah. And it's not just finances alone. Finances helps, but it also has to be with one upbringing and your ability to tolerate risk, you know.
Okay.
Some of us say so I have friends who tell me, Fred, why did you were supposed to buy properties? I'm like, man, friend, that's not what I want. This is what I want to do. So don't tell me, don't enforce your ideas or your dreams on me. Yeah, this is what I want to do.
So where do they dream? Where is their dream?
Oh, maybe own homes here, buy multiple homes. And for you, home doesn't mean you own this, like you get mortgage to finance and then you get income rented out. But I feel there's more to life than that. I have a property here, it's good enough for me. And I want to invest in Ghana and make it succeed. I know people say I'm crazy, Ghana or the
No, but is it not our duty? No, but it's not our
duty.
I think that it's just people who you see the systems that run the world will make you feel as an African, will make you feel like you're part of them. But really, when the game is played, you're not part.
That's what I'm saying. If you sit in
meetings, you're just convincing yourself that you're part. But you're not.
Who run
representation is key.
Yeah.
If you look at the billionaire list, where is the African representation? If all these Africans who live outside the continent were properly represented, you see them in politics, you see them leading businesses,
even Fortune 500 companies, there's none.
Investors. They are not there. We are kept at a certain level. Where there is just house and a car and a good job. I think that kind of category is not for us.
Yes, I know my brother always used to say, how I see you there. Or no, we're being educated, so they come out with how I build your own.
Well, build your own. Right. So, which are some of the topics that you watch on the page and you on the channel that I think trigger something in you? Maybe 3 or 4 of them.
The network thing, because once again you had to really convince me to come on your channel. I was nervous as hell. You see, you said you are who your friends are, and I've been fortunate enough that since I've been in Canada, I have fantastic friends, amazing friends who support me, not even financially, and also if I have any dreams. As I said, one of my partners came and lived in Ghana to put up this factory. That's serious belief in what you want to do. And also, I remember I made a comment on one of your videos that you said great minds have been wasted in the West or something. I think that I don't know if that's what you actually said, but you said great minds.
It was an interview with the young man.
Said great minds have been. That really hits a chord.
No, but that's true. A lot of our people have been made average.
Actually, that's what you said. Yes, great minds have been made average.
Abroad.
And I think that's one. And also, I think today you also posted one of your videos with Udia Hinkai, and you were going hard on people. People are singing, dancing, and we have problems that needs to be solved. I think a lot of our youth's priorities are being diverted. And Mr. Obeng, I think it all comes down to history. I think the fact that we are not taught history anymore, not history from the Europeans' point of view, but true African history. I think truly believe, even if you're a medical student, you're an engineer, whichever program that you do from grade school, they have to add it.
No, Fred, but the people attack you personality. They told you that you are the devil, Jesus is white. When you went to school, they told you that your name Kwame. When you go to school, you have to take English name. Or if they wanted to baptize you, you had to be another person. And so there's trauma. And then they told you that you sold your people. All kind of lies.
Anytime they tell you that, ask them if they should mention some of the names of the chiefs and kings who sold our people. They can't give you a name. They can't. And they kept very good records.
They were missioned to dominate. They were missioned to kill, to destroy, to annihilate. And then they accuse you that you were part of the trade. What kind of business? That somebody will win everything, and you have nothing. And even our successes, when we fought them, they still want to deny those. They will still want to say that when they came, you were nothing. You were barbaric. And yet history shows that no, we were civilized people.
People always forget, look at still Africa, of all our attacks, we are still there. Look at America, look at Canada. Where are the First Nation people? But Africans, we are still there. And people always forget the Ashanti Kingdom was captured just in 1900. We have some descendants, there are some people whose parents were around when
they saw.
But because my aunt is 82. My grandmother was around when
those days
was going.
And they fought from the 40s.
They fought.
Killed them.
They've been fighting.
They don't want us to know those stories, but they want to tell you that we dominated you. They just use politics and religion to have us some advantage. But you can still see. I think that if you see, the other day I was telling somebody, I said that, he said, oh, we are late and we have not. I said, the Africa you see is a success story.
Yes, from all the
based on what we had to deal with, is a great success story.
Yes.
We're just telling ourselves that we are marking ourselves with them to say that we are late. But if you have demons to fight and somebody does not have those demons, don't compare yourself. Yes, there are things that we need to improve, obviously. And it's just human nature that population, as population grows, there will be complexities, a lot of things that we have to work on. Those are right. But still, you cannot overlook
some of the achievements.
That's right, that you have endured. And I think if Africans will look back, if Ghanaians, if Nigerians will look back and re-educate themselves, because we've been technically given a kind of education to our distraction.
Yes.
But once I pick my engineering degree, I'll go to America.
Yes.
I'm the best.
And then you buy a Felisa.
Yeah.
Walk around like the world with everything.
No. It's not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
So and then I think, and also just to add one more thing, I think I also one of your videos that I watched with having tough skin. Business in Ghana is hard. But the funny thing is, when I came to Ghana and did business, I didn't find it challenging. To me, it was even exciting, I was like, because wherever we went, people were very excited. Yeah. And there was the largest resort in West Africa. Because I haven't asked permission from them, so I can't mention their name. Yeah, these are products that they use to coat the interior of the building and everything. Yeah, and there's also another hotel in Ho. If you go there, they have a big facade made out of wood. These are products that
they used to polish it.
They used to polish it because we make lacquer. We started with coatings for now. All these products that all these companies that I've worked at, all the products that I know how to make. In time, I'll be making them in Ghana. But it's just that it's expensive to buy raw materials as a startup as a go. So I chose the coatings products. Thinner, nitrocellulose lacquer, clear coat for spraying cars, and then hardener for spraying vehicles. Not just cars, even gates, any metal substrate, wood substrate, you can use those products. So
you wanted to talk about resilience. Of course, that is the only thing you need.
Yes.
Okay, so when we were talking of even your education, switch, you were not happy with the first one.
Yes.
And then you had to say that I want to go back.
Yes.
That's a strong spirit. Because most people will say that no, I don't want to go
that's
back.
I'll just find a
job. Rapper.
Yeah. Yes, and
start to say
that's one thing. Anytime my dad calls me, he always tells me, "Kwame, say Uja, once I'm called back to finish it off." And not, Mr. B, as this life, you have to always try and make an impact. There was this Nigerian guy who was my classmate at York University. He was just 2 courses away from graduating, but he had a problem with one of our professors. He was almost going to beat him up, and they had to call cops and stuff like that. Now, my friend, what are you doing? Because you are letting this man put sand in your garage. No, just 2 courses. No, go back. I harassed him for 4 years. So in 14, he called me that, Fred, I'm going back to finish the course. He finished, I helped him get a job. Now he's in somewhere in Boston making crazy money.
Wow.
Anytime he calls me, it's like, Fred, thank you very much. So this life, you have to, not only that, people here that we've helped, who now are sitting on a lot of cash now, just convincing them to take some of the money and go and hide it somewhere is a problem, So this world, you have to, it's not only about you, because you go as the people around you go.
That's right. Yeah.
If you are successful, all the people around you are successful. It
but
makes life a little bit.
But they are not successful if they turn their back to Africa. They are failed.
Some of them, I think there's this lady. Actually, I can mention her name. There's this Accra portable toilets. All over Accra. All these big state functions, big funerals, big weddings. They supply the portable toilets for it. And I can't mention her name. She's a very close friend of mine, and she always says I inspired her to do business in Ghana, because she call me Obi Shesheme. He's doing his.
You do yours.
So I encourage her, and then Mr. Obeng, within just a year, she has about 8 or 9 of those big, those ones that
the movable.
She's all. If you go to Instagram, she's all over. She has the nicest portable toilet.
So she came to Ghana to do it, or she was here?
No, she's in Canada. So she will come maybe a year, maybe. No, she will come for about a couple of months and then come to Canada and work. And she's running a successful business in Ghana. Not only that, there's another guy. Anytime you call him, I'll give you his number, reach out to him. He has a school at Baby called Pinnacle Heights Academy, premier school. And this boy, he alone, you should see the school is built in Ghana. He's a staunch believer of Ghana. He said,
that's right.
It's an agreement. That's
what Ghana. Yeah, that's
what. And anytime he's the one who always tells me that, oh, Fred, why be baby now? Why you always, what kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, people should hear. No,
people should hear. People should hear what you've done, and you are great. So he has the personality.
That's right.
Not only that, there's another guy too who's opened a big block factory. He cuts about 15,000 blocks a day at Pung on your way to where is it, Kosombo or something. That's right. He started last year. He came to us. We told him, Masa, we try before Ghana.
That's right.
Just within a year, he started cutting his blocks.
Amazing.
So there are some of them.
That's it. That belief, that resolve, all of our people need it, and that belief in our country and in our country. If you don't have it, no matter who you are, I have no respect for you. I mean, if you believe so much in others, but not us. I think something is wrong with the way you think, and you
have a problem.
Yes, and it's difficult for us to even work together until you correct that. I understand it's a journey for most people, but you cannot write off your own heritage, your own people. Say that they are corrupt. They will steal your money. Ghana, or if you try something to fail, if you fail, people have been abroad. They are looking for papers. 10 years, they don't have it.
And there's this man that I met 20 years. 20 years. Just this year that he got it, 20 years.
Yeah. And they still don't give up. But on a bigger dream, they give up.
Yes.
I mean, you can live without paper. You can easily come to your country. But if you don't have reason for life, and if you're not aspiring to build something great, then what do you need?
I think, once again, I think people think about just themselves and their family. They don't look beyond that, because what we are trying to do, I always tell my friends, my partners, my wife, my friends, my partners, that my dream is to come to our company, Posa Industries, and even the security guy is able to buy a car and also be able to have a house and put his children in good schools. Rub shoulders with mine, and that's my dream. And what does that do for anybody? I said, that's my dream,
and that's a huge dream.
Yes.
And therefore, nothing can stop that.
Nothing can stop me. Oh, actually, it's good. I don't. Is it getting too long?
No.
We can do it again at another time.
No, go ahead.
The first time when we built our factory, we brought our raw materials from China. They put it in the factory. The next day, there was a fire at the factory. I was in the bathroom crying. And don't forget, the products that we make is highly flammable.
Okay.
So I thought it had pretty much killed everybody in the neighborhood. They were able to put it off. There was this young boy, homeless boy, who put it off. And because of his bravery, I gave him a job. And this boy now runs everything for me in Ghana.
Wow.
Helping me because I told you I'll be moving to Ghana third quarter this year.
Yeah.
So I'm putting up a small property so that if I come, I can come and stay there instead of renting. Yeah. So he's doing it for me. He put up the wall. He did everything. And they say Ghana people are corrupt. He doesn't stick at city.
No, it's not true.
Has every record there.
That's right.
So anytime people say, oh, people are corrupt, the system is this, I ask them, what system have you experienced?
That definition, the white people started to use it the day they came here. You are corrupt. It's not today. It was something that they tag us with for us to accept. The corruption is not today. They said that these people are barbaric, they are backward, they are corrupt, they are uncouth, they are unpolished, they are inferior.
Yes.
It's something, study it. It's not today.
There's this book by Alfonso Yanis de Zurara. It was written in 1395. That was the first book that started to classify Black people as heathens. They are savages. We need to bring salvation to them. He was hired by Henry the Navigator, or Prince Henry of Portugal, to write that book. And that was the foundation that we are still in today.
Yeah, and those
because back in the days, they didn't classify people as black or white or no. It never existed.
No.
It was that book was the fun, because that was what they used to change the mindset of Europeans that we need to come and colonize these people. And it was sanctioned by the Roman Catholic Church. You and I know. Yeah. So these are some of the things. So we had this fire. Ghana Fire Service went there. They said it was spontaneous combustion. I told them, are you an idiot? Do you know the temperature at which to get some of our products to spontaneously combust? 200 degrees Celsius. If the place is 200 degrees Celsius, there will be nobody alive in Ghana. He says, but I think it was intentional because some of our equipment were all burnt. My lab equipment were all burnt. I had to get money again.
Wow.
Buy new lab equipment. And I still didn't shake. Once again, it goes to the woman that you marry, you know. Nancy, wherever you are, if you watch this video, follow a madman like me, you know. And then my brother, once again, wherever you are, Jones, Medawasi, Madam Fukufi, wherever you guys are, Medamasi, yeah, for always following, supporting me. Mr. Puku Andrew, he's in the US too. He's a business. He went to Prempeh College. Yeah, fantastic people. George, they always believe in what I'm doing and they support not just financially and also with encouragement. Yeah, when we had the fire, they said, you know, Fred, we'll support you. They sent me money, Justice. What's his name?
And those are all Ghanaians, isn't it?
All Ghanaians.
And they say Ghanaians, all black. They say that we don't work together, we don't support us.
You know how many people Ghanaian, how fantastic Ghanaians have helped me, black people.
That's right.
Oh, if you need, you call them. That's why I say you have to build. You see, when we're in Ghana, I used to say this proverb: "Ayonko growing to anything." If you remember, that's the thing that has to change. Is bad friends. That's why the crab doesn't have a head. If you have fantastic friends, they will walk through fire.
That's right.
With you. And I've been fortunate enough to have so many of them in my life who continue to support me, believe in my dreams. Right. Some of them have even gone as far as if you move to Ghana, if you send you $300 a month just to support you, make sure, because they believe so much. They said because they've never heard a black person who's doing, and Mr. Obeng, what we are doing, no, high technology is not just software and electronics.
That's right.
What we are doing at Post Endos is the highest of technology. Their raw materials have requested from Fortune 500 companies, and they tell me I'm the first person in Africa to request that raw materials. And the products that we make, if you make those products and it's high quality, it has to have those products.
Okay. Because you understand what you're doing.
And I know most of them because I've worked with them for close to more than 12, 13 years. So I know most of the sales guys. And so if I say, okay, get me somebody in EME, Europe, Middle East, and then Africa, they say, oh, just call this guy. Yeah, ordered raw materials from China, India, Poland, Germany, Italy, America, Canada, and we have them all in Ghana. And hopefully this year, by hook or crook, I'll be in Ghana to start production, and with your help and the people that you know, hopefully we can get the attention that, because all we need is the attention that people should know that this product is being made by people. Were saying initially, don't say Ghanaian in there, but like, no, I'll say Ghanaian in there. If not just to show people that we have the mind to make these products. Yes, so
say it.
Hopefully with the connections that you have, the people that you know, we can get people talking about us, and we can get to move the product.
It's the way forward. People have created empires just because they determined and they left their crowd.
Yes.
No, and
crowd they did there.
That's right.
It's
and
constant.
They went after their dreams.
Yes, it's constant. Hey, who this guy when we came to Canada, I didn't have any family here. No one. I came with my dad, my brother, my sister. We came here, and then my dad went back to Ghana. And then we have other siblings who also joined us and stuff like that. No family, not even uncle, brother, sister, or something. And we've kind of gained some form of success, no matter how you term it. Here, with no family member.
That's right.
And Ghana, that will be
you have family.
They say you can succeed.
Wow. Fred, thank you so much for spending your time with us.
Yes.
And your last word, we have just some few.
Once again, I don't know if it's prudent to put our company's website out there.
Why not?
It's called Posa Industries. It was named after my first son.
And you would have to send me the link again. I'll put it under.
Yes. I'll send it to you when we finish. Yes. And people should go and see what we are about, what we are doing. They'll be blown away. A lot of work has about 8 years of research and development has gone into making the products, also setting up the factory, bringing in raw materials, we had some serious challenges, but once again, we just didn't care. We just kept, as Mr. Obeng said, keep going. Yeah, we just kept going. So check out our website out. It's called www.posaind.com, and you'll be blown away. We truly believe it's the first Black-owned company in the world that makes these products, coatings, engine oils, automatic transmission fluids, resins for fiberglass industries, fuel system cleaners, diesel extenders. There's nobody, greases, there's no company that is Black-owned that makes all these products. We are the first. And if there's any out there, reach out to us and we can collaborate. We are not afraid of collaborating with anybody. So, okay. Once again, visit our website at www.posaind.com, POSAIND.com. We believe we are the first Black-owned company in the world that manufactures these products, coatings for the lumber, aeronautics, architectural, and construction industries. We make gear oils, lubricants for automotive and industries. We also make fiber reinforced plastics, and also once again, fuel system cleaners, diesel extenders. We are the first one, and we hope people visit our website once again at www.posaind.com. And if there's any out there, reach out to us. We will be willing to collaborate with you, make products out. And once again, Mr. Obeng, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I know I was reluctant to come talk, and you encouraged me that people need to hear what you are doing and what you are about, and I appreciate the opportunity to get the word out there. And hopefully, when I come to Ghana, life permitting, with your support, we'll get the word out and make a success out of it.
Yes, that's what we need, actually.
Yes,
that's what we need. We need industries. We need technology. We need minds, young minds like you, exposed, experienced, determined, proud Africans building processes, building manufacturing plants. Those are the things that we need. We are tired of music and sports. We are tired of that. We are tired of politics and religion everywhere. And then we are looking for jobs, and we are importing everything from China. That's not the way forward.
Yes.
The way forward. The way forward is us taking advantage of all the resources that we have. And
yes,
I'm so certain that once you're stationed, and there will be a lot of other processes, a lot of other.
Yes, sir. Because the design of experiment is universal. If you know what you're doing, there are things you can look around and find solutions to it. And we want to make an impact, not just for Ghana alone. I see the African continent as the markets for us. And if you support us or stay out of our way, because we are not there to fail. If you become a hindrance to us, we'll mow you down. And that's one thing I'm willing to put my neck on the line. You support us or stay out of our way. So once again, thank you very much. And once you always reach out to me, I always reach out to you. So we'll continue sharpening each other. Thank you very much.
That's right. Sir. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Obeng. Yes, have a good evening.
All right.
Take care.
Okay. So that was Fred. He's a chemist, he's a businessman, he's a professional, and I enjoyed talking to him. So we will come with another program next time.